Alright, guys, welcome to day 2 of my bulk. This is back and buys. I warming up here with my lats. I always start late. This is probably a light warm up set here. And I like to, while I'm still working light here, I like to focus on pulling with my lats. You don't need to be pulling the bar all the way down to your chest. It's really at 90 degrees or as far as your lats will allow you to pull if you're pulling with just your lats. I'm doing about 15, 12 to 15. This is how I start typically just about every single back day. When I get to my higher sets, then I start to do about 10 to 12. But really, it's until about failure. I always do the 2 in the tank rule, but it's still about failure. As you see there, I'm just pulling as much as my lats will allow me to, get as many reps in as I can with as much of the muscle that is still activating with just that small pull. And I do a bunch of sets. I do about 2 or 3 warm-up sets, and then I'm doing at least 3, sometimes 4 actual working sets, getting those lats activated. I always start and end my workouts with my lats, my back workouts with my lats. Sometimes I'll end on deadlift on my heavy back days. Thanks, battle. Alright, so here I'm just doing some bent over dumbbell rows, single arm. And right here I don't want to call it a warm-up set, but it's a bit light, so it did go up after this, but it's about 55 for me. And here, again, I'm focusing on pulling with my back, pulling with my side lat and my rear delt, and not making it a bicep curl. I'm not trying to finish out with my bicep. I'm not trying to pull it all the way through. I'm going. The elbow is getting meeting parallel with my back, and I'm pulling the rest up. You see my body come up to the side. I'm not twisting my spine. I'm not, jerking anything. I'm just pulling the weight to my back, pulling my elbow to my back. I'm sorry, and giving my lat an extra squeeze, an extra pull at the end. And here I go up to about a 75, I think, what it was. I'm not sure, don't quote me. And here, these are pretty heavy, so if I wanted to do more reps, then I would stay light. I'd probably stay at the 55 if I wanted to knock out more reps. But as long as I'm hitting, 10 to 12 reps here, it's what I'm going for. So, I stayed at the heavyweight, still hit 10. I'm good there. Usually I'm trying to hit, the optimal 12 to 15 reps and just go to full failure. But on back day and typically shoulders day, I like to go kind of heavy. It's a light heavy for my shoulders. I've had a couple shoulder injuries, but all right, we got our back warmed up. I know I said focusing on using just our back, but your biceps are going to be, activated when you're pulling with your back, no matter how much you minimize it. So now we're going into a bicep double dumbbell bicep curl. Nice and controlled all the way up, all the way down. And here I'm doing like 10 to 12, I believe. I might go a little bit more. I think I got 25s there. Warming up. Then I move up to my 30s. And do the same thing, just nice and controlled reps all the way through. And all the way up and all the way down. I want my elbows to be completely straight, almost like when you're doing a pull-up. If you're, doing a marine style pull-up, you kind of want to be hanging from the bar for each pull-up. The same thing with these double arm dumbbell curls. And I'll do about 3 sets of these also. Maybe this is the last set of this. But yep. Go ahead and rep it out one more again. There we go. And it's alright. As you start to, get fatigued, it's alright to cheat a little bit. Obviously, you don't want to be cheating, too much and too early into your workout. Next, we go into one of my favorite. I have a very love-hate relationship with this workout called 21s, or as me and my buddies call them, 21 Savages. Um, but I like to do these. I started doing these recently, sitting down. The first half, at least, the first 2/3 of these sitting down, just to control that 90 degree right there. I'm not going all the way down, and I'm not coming all the way up when I first started. But it's 21 reps altogether, split into 3 parts of 7. And so first I went from that 90 degree angle, going up for 7 reps, and then what I just finished there, I did from the top coming down, stopping at that 90 degree angle, holding the weight, not letting it fall, and going back up for 7 reps. And then here, as I stand up, I did 7 full reps, all the way up, all the way down. And I think what I got here is 60. This is a very humbling workout. It's a good burnout. And I do this usually 2 sets. If I can fight in a 3rd set, I'll do a 3rd set. But this one starts to hurt. This one starts to feel like fire. Coming down, stopping. I'm not letting it get all the way down to my lap. The bar may touch my lap, but it's not resting on my lap if it doesn't go that low. And you can do this with the easy curl bar. Right now I have an easy curl bar, or with the straight barbell. I do either or. Usually I'll do whichever one is available. Alright, on to one of my favorite, if not my favorite, bicep workout. Just like on chest and tris, where we are going all the way up the ladder until we can't go anymore, more than 5 reps, and then going all the way back down. The same thing, highest, we're going to start with nothing on there. I think it's about 5 or 10 pounds. We curl that for 10 reps. Go to the next one, curl that for 10 reps. The next one, as many as you can do, up to 10, not exceeding 10, and going all the way down. And once I can no longer do 5, if I can't get a 5th rep, or if I'm barely getting that 5th rep, then I go right back up to the 50 top. And as I start this one, I like to focus on nice, slow, full reps. But as I get deeper into the set, I usually go about 7, 8 rounds. I think. I'm not sure if I can even count that high. But yeah, I'm doing at least 75, 80 reps at a minimum. Sometimes I'll get to around 100 reps. And so, towards the end, especially when it's on the heavier side, the reps aren't going to be the prettiest of reps. I'm focusing on getting that weight up as far as I can. At least set 90-degree angle. If I can fight it to the top, I'll fight it to the top. But once I can no longer get 5 full reps in there, I start to go back up. Yeah, see here I'm barely fighting 5 right here. Got it up, but barely fought that 5th one. So that's when you know it's time to go back up.
Time to go back up.
Yeah, time to go back up.
Stop. Good, John.
And it's the same thing. It's only getting lighter, so you just gotta fight through it. Sometimes I'll do this. In a perfect world, and same thing. This workout came from as a variation from the random selection. If you had a partner, so if you had a partner in a perfect world, you would do random selection at the end of your workout as a final burnout for 1 set, or you can do it somewhere in the middle of your workout, for a couple of sets. So in a perfect world, if this was my last workout of the day, I'd, do 1 good burnout set, or I'd do 2 or 3 sets in the beginning of, or not the beginning, but somewhere in the middle of my workout. But it's really tough. It gets really tough to get to that 3rd set. You really gotta fight through it. Eventually you'll only be able to curl about 25, 30 anyway. And at that point, it's time to move on to the next thing. I think as high as I'm going on this, starting at probably around 10, I think I'm going up to like 55, 66 maybe. I don't know. The numbers in the weight, so I'll get the numbers in the weights next time. And assuming I'm almost back up to the top, and it's not getting any easier, even though the weight is getting lighter. The muscles is getting still fatigued. You're still fighting at 20 pounds, 10 pounds. All right. So on this one is a little variation I came up with, I guess, sort of, kind of, is a regular lat, close grip lat pull down. Um, I'm just sitting on the floor at the standing pull down, and I sit on. I like to sit on the floor on this one because you get a deeper pull. Your your arms are forced all the way up above your head, kind of behind your head a little bit, and when you pull down, you're forced into a deeper pull. And I'm doing these until failure. That first set I did, I knew it felt kind of weird, but it was turned backwards. And this is how you want to do it. You want to do with your palms facing you, supinated, I guess is what it's called. To stay on top of my vocabulary here. And you just want to pull down like a pull up. A lat pull down, I guess. It's just the same thing. Just doing these until failure, about 3, maybe 4 sets. All right, we got some seated. I guess you can call them half seated single arm rows. I call them half seated because I'm not up against the platform there, or up against the front of the chair, whatever you would call it. I'm kind of seated back. The last time I was here, I was doing this the normal way, and someone came up to me and gave me a tip because I'm taller. To do them standing up and I get a deeper pull. But still standing up with a low squat, my butt was basically touching the chair. So I basically just sit back in a normal sitting position instead of leaning forward, and I pull the weight all the way back, getting the same, all the way back as far as I can with my lat. Hopefully my elbow meeting parallel to the side of my body with my back, just like with the dumbbell rows. This is the same pull as the dumbbell row, just a different angle. Coming straight back rather than bent over. And these are to failure also. That first set I started with my left arm and matched with my right. And as you can see on this set, I started with my right arm, or vice versa, I'm sorry. I started with my left arm on this one. Because that is my weaker side. And when you're doing to failure on isolation, you do want to hit your weaker side first. It may be weird if you're like me. It just makes me feel weird. But if you hit your stronger side first and you do more reps than you can with your weaker side, then you're not getting an even workout. So you want to start with your weaker side first. That way, even though your stronger side probably could have done 2 or 3 more reps than your weaker side could have, you're getting an even workout, you're getting even growth. You want that weaker side to catch up with your stronger side. I believe this is the last thing I did today, and it's a regular um, lat pull, I guess, on this isolating machine, but I do them sideways just to get a different angle on the pull. It's going to work more of your side lats. That part of the front part of your, I guess, the front part of your lat that's underneath your armpit, that really shows when you see one of those the big bodybuilding guys, do the front back spread. It really gets that, and then also getting a different angle on that rhomboid muscle, or just underneath that rhomboid muscle, which is your traps. It's getting just underneath where the beginning lat is on your shoulder blade. It was just a different angle. It is very, very weird. Very, especially doing this at the end of your workout. It feels very crampy, like you're kind of getting a cramp if you're lat sore, fatigue. But that's what it's supposed to feel like. You're squeezing that muscle, kind of in an angle that it typically would not be squeezed at. And I'm doing. I think I do 2 sets. I maybe do a third. I was pretty fatigued. When I start doing these isolating machines, I'm pretty much done with my workout already. I'm just hitting because I feel like I can do more. Yeah, I'll hit this last side one last time and call it a day. Go get some protein. That is my back and buys day, day 2 of this bulk.